It's just going to be establishing shot for like, we'll do a voiceover that's kind of like a quick history of how this whole thing started.
You're psychotic. History lesson over.
Oh, hey, look, it actually worked. That's great. Oh my god, why is it so cold? Holy crap, why is it so... Oh. That'll do it. Alright, so we're here in Connecticut. We're going to continue where we left off. Same rules apply. No fan art, no bootlegs, and everything in a set is one item. Alright, so I'm going to start with manga, because manga is where anime all starts, so I'm going to start with manga. First off, I've got it all in English. Obviously I speak English, this is where I started. At the first half in Tokyo Pop Tiny, I've got Master of the Cloud the other half. I have the entire series in Japanese. I also have the series in Chinese, and I'm only counting this because I found out that Ever Anime is a legitimate Taiwan licensor, therefore these are not bootlegs, they count. Alright, so I have all 10 issues of the Animanga. This was the only way that you could see the series uncut in America without importing a DVD. Tokyo Pop released 34 of these chapter-only books, and I have all 34 of them. I've even sleeved them in the nice little comic book sleeves to keep them nice and safe. Alright, so moving on from manga, the next thing we're going to go on is something that I harp on and on about in my videos, and it's art. Cardcaptor Sakura is a series that has no shortage of art books, and to my knowledge, I think I have every single one of them. So the first thing I have is all the official anime art books. These cover all of the seasons and the 2 movies. So first season, first movie, second season, second movie. Clamp does several collections of extra work that doesn't appear in the manga and is not anything they used for the anime, it's just extra pretty artwork. They put those all together in a bunch of these books. I have 1, 2, 3 of those in English, and then I also have a copy of it in Chinese. One of the best art books that I have in my collection is this orange one, the Memorial Collection. It has a compilation of several of the art pieces that you can find in all the other books. It also has a bunch of concept art for various things, like this page has the movies. And in the back, it also has a shopping list of all the Nakayoshi stuff they ever made. We're going to call back to this because I have a lot of Nakayoshi stuff to show later. Moving on from art books, I have a bunch of random miscellaneous ones, like this Book of Sakura book. I assume that there is a Book of Cloud book, and it's got a few interviews with the creators. It's got a few cutouts from the series, just like character introductions and such. I've got this double-sided book. I don't know what this anime is, but I bought it for this, obviously. It's one half is just talking about the ABCs of the series. These are additional collectible books that tie into the movies, the first one and the second one. They have interviews with the creators, extra art, and such. I have this tiny little book that's just full of battle costumes. So it's basically just another materials collection for battle costumes. Manga art isn't the only one that got compiled into books. The anime also got compiled into books. Over in Hawaii, we talked about the small-size sete collections that I have, but I also have the full-size one that came out at the same time. And to wrap things up, I have a few other books that are not art books or collections of things, but they are Sakura related, so let's have a look at them. I have a couple of these journals that have additional art on them. These were distributed by Nakayoshi. I have several coloring books for this series. There doesn't seem to really be much of a pattern for them. They just take generic art from the series, drop the color out of them, and then fill it in. I have one complete anime issue, and this clearly tied into the second movie. I say complete because in an effort to consolidate my collection at a more reckless stage in my life, I also dissected a few extra books and took just the Sakura stuff and threw out everything else. I regret this decision now. CDs are kind of hit and miss for if you have bootlegs or not. I know that this is a legitimate collection. This is a 4-disc collection of the original soundtrack. This is a music book that has a unique manga in it and also has some music sheets in it for you to play your own songs. As I said, CDs are hit and miss when it comes to bootlegs. So I've got this one's legitimate because I bought it in Kyoto, and if it's not legitimate in Kyoto, then I don't know what is. I have this 6-piece set that contains an original song each, a character drama unique to whatever character is appearing on the front. These stack together into one big picture, and I also have the case to hold them in. Moving on to video games, I have every single tie-in game that was ever made for the series, including the Wonder Swan, the PlayStation 2, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance. The original PlayStation had 4 games on it, including Anime Chick Story, Cardcaptor Sakura Tetris, and the last one was Cloud Card Magic, which was released in just a disc form and also a collector's edition form. And of course, Cardcaptor Sakura has a Dreamcast game, like all anime do, but they got a collector's box. So this has the game, it has a plate, a fork and knife, and unfortunately mine doesn't have it, but it's supposed to come with a t-shirt. And now we arrive at the largest part of my collection. Cardcaptor Sakura was marketed at children, and there's one thing that you do above all else when you market a franchise to children. You make merchandise. So first off is a bunch of these bags. I've got this one, this is a little wallet bag. I've got this kind of little, almost looks like a fanny pack, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a backpack. I've got 2 different pencil cases, one that came from Nakayoshi and one that's just an anime one. It's full of pencils though, you can hear it. Nakayoshi put out a lot of different branded bags, so like this one. I'm pretty sure it's for notepads, but I guess you could put a tiny laptop in here now. I've got this yellow backpack. I got this binder, and it's actually not for school, it's actually for trading cards. There's also this little pink bag that has a bit of a misspelling on it. It actually says Nakayoshi on it. I've also got a bento bag, and inside this bento bag is a tiny bento kit. And inside this bento kit are more bento boxes. I got this little yellow overnight bag that comes with a Kiro sponge and a washcloth. Looks like that. There's actually a few of these little overnight makeup bags. So I've got this pink one. This pink one's got another washcloth in it. It's just Kiro. And then in this one, there is a little compact mirror, a bottle for shampoo, another washcloth, which has Toya, Yukito, and Sakura. And last but not least, there's yet another toothbrush. Here's a little yellow purse. It's got room in there for wallet and whatever else you want to carry around in there. It's tiny. Wrapping up the Nakayoshi stuff, I have the 1998 calendar. I got this Nakayoshi binder, and it's not for holding cards this time, it's actually for holding pencil boards. I've got 8 in here. I have a couple of these folder inserts, and these are for card captors, not Cardcaptor Sakura, but again, it all counts. I've got this Sakura alarm clock. I've got this little food-themed pencil bag. It's got a little food-themed pencil and eraser set. Nakayoshi put out a couple of watches, so I've got this tiny watch, this little pink one, and I've got this Kiro watch. For additional little knickknacks that go in bags, I've got this little Onmikuji fortune teller. You just kind of shake it, and then it gives you a little pin that tells you whether or not you have good luck or bad luck. I've got this little calculator, and I've got 2 magnets, a Sakura and a Tomoyo. In fact, I actually have more magnets. Here's a Kiro and a Tomoyo. I've also got 2 Cardcaptors watches. This one's still in the package, and this one is loose, but they are different watches. Some other odds and ends, I've got this puzzle, and I've got this deck of cards. I've got these small packs of tissues. I got this pencil case. I have the contents of 2 of the little Cardcaptors makeup kits that they sold. I just don't have them in the original box. I have this Kiro and Soupy paperclip set. I got a bunch of these little sticker books that function as like little day planners or something. I got this Kiro. He unzips in the back so you can stuff stuff in his back, probably change or something. I've got this little notebook. It's a nice day planner. It comes with a Klawan pen. I've got this small stand. It's just desk artwork. I have 3 of whatever this thing is. I think it's for photos, but the baffling thing is why I have 3 of them. Here's the socks that we saw in my haul video. I've got a couple of empty tins. One that you saw in the haul video and just another one that I picked up somewhere. I've got this little cell phone strap. Here's another character CD for Kiro. It's got Groovy and Groovy again. I don't know why it's got it twice. Here's a few UFO toys. I've got the baseball player one, I've got a swimsuit one, and I've got a song outfit one. I've got 16 of these Bon Presto Collectibles things. 4 of them are badges, and the other 12 are handkerchiefs. The badges are not your typical enamel pin. They're actually very large, about a 3-inch kind of pin. There's a few of those. One is the red dress, one of them is her jester costume, one of them is her cheerleading outfit, and one of them is her school uniform. The handkerchiefs come in 2 different varieties. The blue ones feature original art that I don't think was done by the anime company, and the green ones feature art that was done by just promotional, normal stuff. This cat Sakura is actually one of the first figures I ever owned. There's a bunch of these PVC figures that came with a slide and a stand and such. I have the loose one of Sakura in the shadow costume, and I also have this. It's open, I have displayed it before, but I do have this Tomoyo. In my book, dolls are not figures, but it's a girl show, so there were dolls, so I do have one of those. And I also have 6 different outfits. So I've got the time card outfit, I've got the red dress, I've got the summer uniform, I've got the big card costume, I've got the shadow costume, and I got the cat. I don't know if Japan does this, but in America we give out toys with our kids' meals. Taco Bell did a promotion, so I've got those. I've got this camera, I've got this little Sauron thing that just kind of makes wind, I guess. This wind-up Sakura on a cloud. I've got this little grabby hands Kiro. I think he's supposed to like hold on to you or your straw. Yeah, I think he's supposed to hold on to straws. I got this little Lazen board thing. It's magnetic. It spins. There's supposed to be some sort of game you're supposed to play with it, but I haven't sat down to figure out how to actually play the game. I have this little shadow thing. If you spin it, you see the Thunder card in there. From a different promotion, I think these come from Arby's. This is just some sort of little car that you're supposed to be able to push along, and it spits out these little cards inside it. Alright, wrapping up here, I've just got a few little odds and ends that don't really fit in any kind of category. Let's just have a look at what I got. I have the starter deck of Clamp and Cardland. Never learned how to play with it. I just, it's Cardcaptor Sakura themed, so I bought it when I was in Japan back in my college days. I got a bunch of these little hair ties that came from the recent Ichiban Kuji, or rather, one of them. I've got 2 of these little paper bags that all have just art on either side. These also came from Nakayoshi. I've got both the original Cloud book and the Sakura book. I've also got the American Cloud book, and I have the book that tells you how to read the Cloud cards like tarot cards. This is the original edition, not the reprint from a couple years ago. One thing that's more common in Japan than over here in America is postcards. Anime gets a lot of postcards. I've got 41 of them here, plus this book. I've got the entire set of American Topps cards, and they only made that for the first season because marketing for this show in America just kind of sucked. So this is the checklist ones. They make a full picture, so we'll count this as 1. But then I've got 108 of the individual cards, so that's all the special shiny ones, plus all of the other cards for all the characters. I've also got the promotional card on there, so there's 109 Topps cards. In addition to the Topps cards, I also made a valiant effort to collect all of the Precious Memories. However, I've still got a few gaps in there. There's 119 Precious Memories cards. I'm not a fan of posters and wall decorations, but I do have the poster box and the 30 posters that come with it. Alright, so that's everything that's in Connecticut. Let's head back to Hawaii and wrap up. Alright, so we're here in Connecticut. We're going to continue where we left off. Same rules apply. No fan art, no bootlegs, and everything in a set is 1 item.
Honey, I'm home.
You.
Holy shit balls, Captain.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Moving on from manga, you've probably known from a lot of my videos that I comment a lot on the art of the series. I really like the art of the series, and fortunately, there's a lot of this is backwards.
Now do a funny American accent because it's the America way.
What I have here is all 10 issues of the anime manga, and this was the only way to see the unaired episodes in America. And Poe should be shot.
Why?
Because he killed half the resistance in that movie.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'll give you that.
He destroyed the entire bomber squadron and killed like half the people fleeing with his stupid plan instead of just doing like a good soldier and listening to what the Admiral said. Cheerios books help lower your cholesterol.
Fart sound effects. Cardcaptor Sakura fart sound effects. The thing you didn't know you wanted and still don't want, but you're gonna get anyway.
I've got 2 of the Nakayoshi calendars. That's not true. I only have 1. I keep lying. I'm no
Stop lying to
I know,
your audience.
I'm no better than the current president. Alright, so that's everything that's here in Hawaii. Damn it!
The hardest part of the video.